My name is Hannah Bartles. I'm from Mount Pleasant, which is in Racine County. I grew up on a dairy farm in Dodge County, and I am a freelance writer and content strategist under my own company, Hannah Bartles Communications. My work has been focused primarily with those who are directly involved with production agriculture or those who support them, a lot of different ag businesses, but either way, sustainability always comes up. My role gives me a unique opportunity to funnel sustainability messages through several platforms. One thing that I do is I write articles for dairy herd management. So there have been several I've done focused on renewable energy, manure, some programs that are out there for measuring sustainability. Additionally, I have several articles published under my clients' names on their websites, and my mix of clients and their goals and their audiences allows me to present many different aspects of sustainability, both to consumer and farmer and ag business audiences. So with it being client work, of course, you won't always see my name going along with those sustainability messages, but it's always important to both me and my clients as we work to find messages that aren't like too salesy. One thing you can always talk about and find common ground and ways to connect with people on is sustainability. I just want to keep helping people tell their stories. I really enjoy learning about all the sustainable things that farmers are doing and sharing those, and then mix that with keeping up with how social media works, all the trends changing every day, just helping my clients to keep growing their platforms and reach bigger audiences with those messages. The biggest drivers for me, I would say, apart from obviously wanting to help my clients achieve their goals with the messages they're putting out there and who they're reaching, how many people they're reaching, would be seeing misconceptions out there and the false claims just makes me want to fill the space with the truth and the good work that farmers are doing for the future of agriculture. When your content starts to catch on, when you're seeing engagements on your social media, opens on your emails, visits to your website that are above industry standards or even better than you did maybe the day before or the week before, that's how I know that the messages are connecting and resonating. We're able to then grow those audiences, reach more people. And it's funny to me how that thinking kind of ties back to sustainability in general, right? Thinking about what we did yesterday and how what we're doing today is better than that.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who loved talking about her cows and her love for agriculture. Hi, my name is Rachel Harmon, and my family and I raise beef cattle on the beautiful shores of Lake Michigan in Algoma in District 6. My husband and I both serve on Door County Farm Bureau's Board of Directors, and I recently graduated from Wisconsin Farm Bureau's Leadership Institute class number 14. I'm currently taking part in American Farm Bureau's Partners in Advocacy Leadership Program, also known as PALS. The main purpose of Leadership Institute and the PAL program is to further develop agriculture leaders and their ability to advocate for agriculture. In PAL, our class's main focus is sustainability. Farming and sustainability go hand in hand, and it is our privilege as Farm Bureau members to share the story of how farmers and ranchers are leading the charge for environmental improvement. I was that little girl who loved talking about her cows and her love for agriculture, and today I am using my strength and passion to share my story and the stories of others. By utilizing different platforms such as social media, consumer engagement events, media interviews, or meetings with policymakers, it allows me to share my story to make a difference. I will continue to partner with Farm Bureau, fellow advocates, policymakers, and others to work towards a bright future for agriculture. Having my boys following in my footsteps is important for me to work diligently to ensure they have a sustainable and promising future. Measuring success isn't always tangible, but over the last few years, I have seen an increase in opportunities to share about agriculture and an increase of followers and a strong relationship with key stakeholders. I promise to continue to share agriculture's story and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come so that they can live happily ever after.
I am Stephanie Hoff, representing Dane County Farm Bureau and the Midwest Farm Report as a farm broadcaster. I was nominated for the Sustainability Storytelling category. And I'm standing in front of you today to say that I can't define sustainability, but you can. Our farmers, I ask you all the time in interviews, how do you define sustainability? And through the conversations I've had, I've heard it comes down to three things: the environment, the community, and your pocketbook. Economic, environmental, and social sustainability all work together, and you can't have one without the others. For example, a dairy farmer in southeastern Wisconsin planted 1,200 trees earlier this spring. It takes carbon out of the atmosphere, that's environmental sustainability. It keeps his grazing dairy cattle under some shade during those hot summer months to keep milk production up, that's economic sustainability. And it took a community and many partnerships to get the funds and labor to plant those trees. Another example I have for you is actually the first time I ever went to a cranberry bog. I was with Wisconsin Farm Bureau during their Sustainability Series tour, and I learned that cranberry growers recycle water and maintain wildlife habitat. That's environmental sustainability. They also bring in tourism dollars into the community, the social sustainability, and they made a return on those investments, economic sustainability. That's really just a sliver of some of the examples I can share with you about the sustainability stories I share with Midwest Farm Report on the radio network, on our website, newsletter, and social media channels. We reach more than 73,000 farms, and I'm proud to say we're the #1 choice for nearly 1.4 million dairy cows. Now, my goal with Midwest Farm Report is actually to grow that audience, specifically the younger generations. Unfortunately, with each generation, we know that we become more far removed from where our food comes from, and I want to help bridge that gap. I do it in a few different ways. First, getting in front of my audience, going to those county fairs, talking with the kiddos in the show ring about their animal, going to dairy breakfast, helping to MC an ice cream eating contest, or even helping out with the Dane County Dairy Promotion Board on educating Girl Scouts on agriculture to help them earn their dairy patch. The other way I want to reach this goal is through working on unique projects with our clients, helping agribusinesses tell their unique story through not only our traditional mediums, but also through podcasts and video. Now, we have a team to measure success if you're looking at downloads, clicks, or social media engagement. But I like those anecdotal responses. The teenager at the Juneau County Fair who says she listens to me in the morning while she's helping milk cows. Or the mom and dad that pull me aside and say, hey, our daughters listen to you on the farm. They want to be like you and have a job in farm broadcasting or ag communications. That's what gets me up in the morning to tell the story of agriculture. That's why I want to share our agribusiness story with our audience, which is becoming more and more consumer-based, and tell them about that positive message of economic, social, and environmental sustainability of Wisconsin agriculture.
Hello, my name is Krista Huffman, and I am the co-chair for the Shawano County Brunch on the Farm. I want to tell you how I promote agriculture in my community. This is what I call my June uniform. I spend the entirety of June Dairy Month promoting the Shawano County Brunch on the Farm to bring more than 5,000 people to a local dairy farm to experience agriculture firsthand. There's no better way to share the sustainability story of agriculture than bringing people out to a farm, all while enjoying a hearty country breakfast. Brunch on the Farm is an event that takes a 20-person committee to plan. The financial commitment of countless sponsors and more than 250 volunteers the day of the event. The main goal is to give our community members the opportunity to experience a modern dairy farm. We do this by providing guided tours, a huge education tent with children's activities and ag experts. But most of all, it's about the opportunity for people to walk around a farm and see where cows eat, sleep, and milk. This is all to give them a better understanding of the sustainability aspects that are coordinated into daily tasks across the farm. One of my main goals is to spotlight the host family in local and social media to expand the reach of our story beyond those just attending brunch on the farm. We use the platform of Dune Dairy Month to highlight local agriculture and build a strong connection to our audience even before they arrive at brunch. I'm driven to provide an authentic farm experience at our event. In some ways, this means having scaled back the extracurricular activities and really making it focus on the day of the farm. This includes by adding a bale climbing station and a farm obstacle course, a photo location to take a picture with a calf, a Dairy Dash 5K that allows runners to go down farm lanes all the way to the back 40 acres. Brunch on the Farm is a 38-year tradition in Shawano County. We have families who come back year after year, bringing the next generation with them when they come. We measure success not in the number of plates served or ice cream sundaes eaten, but in the smiling faces that leave the farm, understanding a little bit more about where their food comes from and who produces it. I'm proud to coordinate this event with the Shawano County Farm Bureau to promote agriculture and tell a story of what it means to produce sustainable milk and meat for a growing world.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Riley, a proud Crawford County Farm Bureau member. I grew up on my family's dairy farm where I watched my parents continuously push themselves to be better stewards of the land in those rolling hills, and they're the reason why I wanted to share agriculture's story. Today, I'm the Director of Communications and Outreach for the Wisconsin Beef Council, and in my role, I get to highlight those who are committed to sustainably raising cattle to provide a safe protein source for families. I think one of the best ways that we do that is by creating engaging and relatable content on social media. Each platform is different, and we work with our producers and industry experts to create those videos, quotes, and graphics that can be repurposed. On Facebook and Instagram, we're reaching a lot of millennial and Gen X women in key urban areas like Milwaukee, Madison, and Green Bay. And we're still very new to TikTok, but our current followers are mostly young men between 18 and 34 who are looking for some new ways to cook beef. So we're finding opportunities to feed them that information while also offering content about the cow's ability to upcycle food waste or what rotational grazing means. Our goal is to increase consumer confidence, and to do that, I'm working to meet my audience where they're at and to break down our industry jargon into everyday conversation. That means taking those more long-form videos that did so well on Facebook and YouTube and finding a 15-second impactful snapshot that can capture attention while bringing home our message. We know we're already hitting some key decision makers in the household, but everybody eats. So we have an endless push to keep growing our audience into new demographics. And that's why I'm so excited to see that we're hitting that new group on TikTok. Just like how my parents inspired me to work in ag communications, I'm motivated by our farmers and industry leaders who all have a unique story to tell. A big part of our social media effort going forward is going to include collaborating with other industry groups so we can publish consistent sustainability messaging. The word sustainable is already hard enough to define, so let's come together and create relatable terms. We've already had a lot of success with this as part of a sustainability messaging group spearheaded by the Wisconsin Farm Bureau. Like any social media manager, I want to see thousands of video views and great engagement, but more than that, I want to encourage people to keep searching for more content and more farmer stories. All of our resources for how beef cattle are raised in Wisconsin are on a page called Raising Beef, and about 20% of our website traffic is currently from social media. And the page views on Raising Beef are up 56%. There's a lot of factors that go into that increase, like our advertising and social media strategies. But in the end, the real reason they're there is to hear from a Wisconsin beef producer. And I'm happy to offer a platform for their voices.
Hi, my name is Katie Schmidt, and I'm a sustainable storyteller. I started telling stories when I was just a kid, growing up on my family's dairy farm in central Minnesota, and it's actually storytelling that brought me here to Wisconsin in 2016 when I accepted a position with World Dairy Expo and became a Dane County Farm Bureau member. As communications manager for World Dairy Expo, I have the privilege of telling a lot of incredible stories and helping our media partners do the same. But in the fall of 2020, when World Dairy Expo couldn't be held, I was looking for ways to connect with the global dairy industry in a digital space, which is when the dairy show started. The Dairy Show is World Dairy Expo's podcast, and it focuses on all of the things and people you would normally find here in Madison the first week of October. So think cows, cutting-edge technology, and colored shavings. And it's because we focus on the dairy industry that we can also focus on sustainability. And it's sustainability in all different forms. Like when I talked with Austin Allred in Washington, it was about environmental sustainability with his manure management system. And when I interviewed Robbie Watson in Lima, Peru, it was about cultural sustainability and what it means to produce dairy in his country. But when I interviewed John Rudinger here in Wisconsin, it was more about the sustainability and future of his farm as he worked to transition it to the next generation. And that's what makes agriculture so incredible. It's this combination of all these types of sustainability that come together to ensure a bright future for our industry. And it's also what makes me believe that there's a bright future for the Dairy Show, as there are so many more producer stories to tell. Expo's podcast streams on all major pod platforms. So think Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, we are at. And it's where the global dairy industry comes together on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month to listen to stories from people like them as we talk about different topics related to the dairy industry. And those stories are what make me want to keep doing this. It's what drives me to keep going. And the audience that continues to grow and show up for these episodes month over month from more than 100 different countries are how I measure the success of this podcast. It's in those increases in monthly downloads. It's through genuine interactions with my guests and sponsors, and it's through listener feedback, both in dairy events, in person, or across social media. And with 50 episodes now under my belt, and hopefully 50 more to go, I now have so many great experiences that I get to share with fellow communicators who also want to start a podcast about agriculture and sustainability. Because the more people we have telling stories, the more sustainable we can be.
Hello, my name is Andrew Zwald with White Pine Berry Farm, and I am a St. Croix County Farm Bureau member and excited to share with you our story of sustainability here at White Pine. We are a U-Pick berry farm, along with having a lot of fun agritourism events, and we have a great opportunity to share with the public, both near and far, about what we do here at White Pine Berry Farm. I believe there's no better place than a U-Pick berry farm to see how we grow our crops and all the work that farmers do to grow a sustainable and healthy food. We give multiple wagon tours throughout the summer and fall. Fall is a favorite time of the year because we have fall field trips. Come here, hop on this wagon, and learn about how we grow food. We also, on the weekends, are open to the public to come enjoy some pumpkin picking, go through our corn maze, and do a guided wagon tour that either me or my father are giving a narrated guide of how we grow things here at White Pine. We also include in that narration a story about sustainability of the different things that we're doing to try to reduce erosion and grow crops with less inputs. I am happy to show you a couple of things we've done here at the farm. Hope you enjoy the little tour. I'm here in our asparagus patch that we experimented the last couple of years with interseeding into our asparagus here Dutch white clover to try to suppress weeds and provide a nitrogen source without any added inputs into our asparagus. It's one of our many experiments we've done here at White Pine. We actually noticed that this asparagus was more tender. We compared it to one of our other patches that we raised in a more conventional sense to see what we thought the difference was, and was very happy with the results and tried it again for a second year. We're here in what I like to call our rye strip strawberries because we actually left rows of rye that we mowed down this spring and planted our strawberries in between these rows. I've seen this done with other crops, but I've never seen it done with strawberries and was excited to experiment with this spring. We did find there was less erosion here where we did that compared to our other fields where we did it. It's one of the couple experiments we've tried the last year to keep learning about sustainability and promoting it to other farmers through our Facebook groups that we're a part of. To show what we've done, and also to our customers to show what we're doing as a farm to be more sustainable. Thank you for doing a tour of White Pine Berry Farm. If you want to learn more, check out our Facebook page. We've had videos there that have reached over 700,000 people talking about the different equipment we use on the farm. We've also had a video about strawberry planting that reached over 100,000 people, and even a video about dairy farming that reached over 40,000, even though we're no longer dairy farmers. So hope you enjoyed learning about the farm today, and thank you for learning about our sustainability story here at White Pine.